Hello everyone, greetings from India. This is Nirbhay Chauhan from Eklavya self-learning tutorials. So today guys, we'll quickly learn how we can create 3D model of an eyeglasses frame. It's quite easy. Uh, Basically, it's not as difficult as it looks. The only challenge here is the curved profile of the eyeglasses. It's two planar. If I just show you orthographic view, you can see the top view first. You can see this is the curve, the profile, the first profile, and then if you see the right side, guys, that's also, if I just make it easy for you, yeah. So you can see here, the curve is also projecting towards the front side. And then we have the curvatures of the eyeglasses frame profile. So you can see three sides it is, so it's not simple extrusion, either it's not sweep also, not a loft. So it's kind of some uh, clever approach here which we'll try to take, right? So let's get started. Okay, we'll keep this model open just for reference. I'll also attach the model exercise file with this video description. Feel free to download that and practice on your own, right? And make the possible tweaks, right? So let's get started. Mm, let's get a new empty file and make sure you are in the part workbench, right? Just like we are. And now we will create firstly the top profile of the sunglasses, right? So let's create a new sketch. Let's keep it XY plane, which is the top only, and make it okay, right? So now here we will draw the frame top profile. Okay, cool. So let's say the frame is around 120 and 130 mm maybe, or 140 mm, something like that. So in that case, firstly we'll draw the nose pin here basically, right? So it's nothing very complex. Simply go to this arc uh, segment and just create basically an arc by 3 points or an arc by center, right? So let's create by 3 points, something like this. Uh, so this is basically prompting like this. Let's take it from the center only, by center. So this is one side and this is one side, right guys? Let's make sure this is not too much. If in case you want to add more detailed profile, you can also use the B splines here, right? If in case you have particular dimensions, you can use that also, but we are just taking this quickly as an example, right? If you want to have more control points, so what's B-spline is basically, if I just want to show you quickly with an example, let's take B-spline only. So just take B-spline by control points like this one. So what happens here is you can see the profile goes like this. You can add smoothing points based on your preference like this. So you can see you get a quite smooth arc here, right? But you need to make sure is that all these points are well controlled as per your convenience, right? So for that you should have definite dimensions. So this is how you can see I am just trying to arrange it, right? So let me constrain this point at the center of axis. Click on this, click on the axis and make this constraint option coincident. Alright, let's keep the distance between these two endpoints and then choose this dimension constraint. Let's make it horizontal and let's make it around 10 mm. Click OK. Now you can see here we need to struggle here with the curvature. So these are the controlling points. Like you can always control them, it's not that hard. Only thing is like you need to be careful, right? So you can see here. Now we can make them equity constraints. Let's say we click on this point, then the axis, and then this point, and let's give this equity constraints, right? And same let's do for these points also. The only thing is the complexity gets added to your sketch. Otherwise it's good. This much is okay, and these 2 points are also okay. Now they're behaving very well, right? I think this is a profile which you can go with. Now let's create the other curvatures here. So let's create a circle. This time we'll create by 3 points. Select this point, and now what will happen is, as you know, this is slight curved like this inwards, or maybe like this, right? We won't touch it here. Let's say this is the profile, and let's make the distance between this. And also there is one more thing. There will be a handle here, the extension to your eyeglasses. So let's make it like this. This point, this point, from here to here. You can choose polyline, and then here to here. Okay. But if in case you want to save your further time, you can also basically avoid getting this. I'll tell you a shortcut, right? Simply create this only. Let's give the dimension to, sorry, my bad. Let's give a horizontal dimension to this particular length. Let's say this is 5 mm. Click OK. And this curvature which we were talking about, let's give a distance here. Around 60 mm, let's say. Click OK. This is going beyond. Let's bring it down like this, guys. Okay. And you need not to basically draw this sketch again on your right side. You can constrain this if in case you have more additional dimension, but we'll keep it simple for now. Simply click on this segment, hold your control key and click on this segment. Now we will choose this option which is here, you can see, which says symmetry, right? Simply click on it and then select the axis around which you want to mirror. So in this case we have this axis. Simply click on it, and now you can see, if I just show you sketch again, your sketch was, segments were copied. Now we'll exit the sketch, right, and we'll try to extrude this in this direction only. You can see at the top of this, which is basically the y-axis. So simply what you will do is select the sketch, and you have this extrude option. Click on this. You can choose a custom direction, which is y as positive 1 axis, z you can make as 0, right? And the amount that which we want to extend it is basically, it's quite small, so this should be around 3 mm basically. It's not, you know how thin is the glasses usually. And we'll click OK. So you can see it's a kind of surface which is now created for the top profile, right? Now we will basically extrude this in vertical axis, in the z-axis, right? So how we'll do that is simply select this profile, right, which is a 2D surface. Click on this extrude option again. This time we will choose custom direction and we'll choose z-axis, right? We want to extend it in the both ways so that further we create sketches on the even side. So we'll make it symmetric. So what does symmetric means is, let's say if you give 10 mm as the extrude direction, it will extrude 10 mm upwards along with 10 mm downwards, so total 20 mm, right? So we will give this dimension around, let's say 40 mm on both sides, and we will say create solid, and we'll click OK. So you can see this is the profile which is created. Now basically from this planar profile we will subtract, you can say kind of subtract the main eyeglasses frame. So how we'll do that, we'll project it also, like it's, you can't draw on these planar surfaces like directly. So that's also a tricky approach here. So far I'm sure you guys are with me. So what we'll do now is we will create that front profile of your eyeglasses, right guys, in the front plane. So click on this create new sketch option again. This time choose XZ plane, which is the front, so you can see. And let's give an offset of, because we don't want it to draw directly here on this surface, other it will intersect other points here. So let's give an negative offset. We want to basically around 40. So if I just show you here in the top view, you can see, right? So this is where you will draw your sketch. You can reduce the offset, click on sketch again, like it's very easy. Click on the placement, then you have position. Here you can see it's minus 40. You can make it minus 20. You see, now it's drawn here. Cool. Okay, now we'll switch back to our sketch plane here, and we'll draw the front profile of the eyeglasses. Right, guys? So that's also very easy. Let's start from the center, because the remaining of the profile would be just mirror, right? Just like we did for top profile also. So let's create the nose pin here, which is somewhere here. Also, we'll do one thing. Let's take the geometry from the previous sketch. So we have this option of create external geometry. It is reference basically. Click on this and select this line along with this line, right? And now we'll simply constrain it with this coincident point. Sorry, let me set again, like this, and same for same for this one. This is constraint. You can move it upward and downwards, right? Let's keep it here. If in case you have dimensions, proper dimensions, I'm saying again, you can definitely constrain that, but I'm just placing it here, right? Now let's create another profile downwards. For this, create a new line. Let's keep it somewhere here, like this, right? Let's make it like this. My distance is fine. We can give this distance. It should be 5 mm, like this. 5 mm, I was right, approximately, right? Now let's draw something on left hand side, the eyeglasses basically. You can use B-spline if in case again you want, or you can use your arc basically. Click on this point. Sorry, let's create again. Click on this point, click on the end point where you want, and something like this. Here also you can get decent curve, but if in case you want something more precise, you can definitely use B-spline. So let's make it, I think, better only for your guys' reference, right? So this one we can keep like this. Let's try for now, and let's keep the bottom profile. So this is how it will drawn, right? So you won't get that curvy things. So let's use B-spline only. It'll take a little bit just more time, but it's better for your guys' reference, right? So click on this, right? You can also use by nodes. What will happen in this case is like this. So somewhere here, here. This is how it is drawn basically. Here and then here. So you can say your curve is drawn. Now you can, from this point, you can adjust your lens. This is a lenses profile basically, guys, right? This is how you can adjust this. You can see it's not that difficult as you see. If in case you have proper dimensions, like, it's become very easy. One thing I forgot, I want to extend this lens to the left hand side also, so I'll just draw this again. I went with the flow, guys, sorry. So let's make it like this, somewhere here. And from here let's draw our profile basically, which is this one. Let's take a line, make it like this, like this, downwards, and then the sketch here, right? Now create new B-spline from this option, somewhere like this. We will definitely make it more smoother. Just hold on for a second. So this is the bottom profile. Now let's just tweak it. Choose this points like this, and you can make your curvature more smoother and in your own way. Like this is how it can be. You can see, guys, right? So I think this is the profile which will suit for now. Okay. What further we can do is we can create the internal lens profile here, because we will be extruding it, right? This is the outer frame, and now let's constrain this to this line. So what I'll do is I'll just choose this metrical constraint, click on this line, right? And let's constrain this. Sorry, click on this point, this line, coincident. Similarly for this one, right? It makes it more neater. This length we can reduce. Like this should be also 5 mm, not more than that. This much is fine. The profile looks good. Now what we'll do is let's mirror this. Click on this segments, all the segments here by control key, holding control key, right? This much. Click on this symmetry option, select your vertical axis, and you can see bingo, you have your sketch on the second side also, right guys? Now one thing we can do is internal frames that we can quickly draw for lenses just to make it solid. So what we'll do is it's better we choose B-spline again. So we go from here, right? And that's how we close it. Now you can definitely further tweak it as per your convenience. If in case you have, again I'm saying, proper dimensions, feel free to give there. This is okay. Looks good. Let's make it more like this. Right, this is your lens, and here let's make it smoother, more like it. Now we'll mirror this profile also. Click on the curve, click on the symmetry option, select your vertical axis, and you can see the profile is drawn. So this is a kind of sketch that now you have ready for the front profile. So what we'll do is we will extrude this front profile as a solid across your previous extrude, the top profile which you have drawn, right? So click on the sketch from the tree view, click on extrude. We want to extrude it along y-axis. Custom direction should be +1, right? It should be solid, and let's give it extrude length of around, let's say, 50 mm. Click OK. So you can see the solid of your eyeglasses is now basically extruded. The only thing that we are left to do is we'll subtract this lens frame profile from your this profile, which is a kind of intersection. So simply select both of these profiles. You have this option called intersection here, or you can also find it from the part, Boolean operations, and intersection. Click on this and bingo. You see how beautiful frame you have finally got. See the front view, you can see the top view, it's curved here also, and you can also see the right view from the side. You can see, because it's otherwise not possible to draw this kind of curvatures ideally with one plane. So that's why you have to follow this kind of tricky approach, right? And you can try to create different kind of frames, curvatures on your own. Now what we'll do is let's create lenses also. So you need to create again your profile. So it's a shortcut, guys. Just be very careful. Simply go to part, and here you have an option of shape builder. Click on this. Click on this object here, and here you see it says face from vertices, face from edges, right? Simply select this option, face from edges, and then select this edge, right? Click on create. Then you can select this edge, click on create, and then close it. You get 2D plane surfaces for your lenses. Now obviously these won't be at, you can see in detailing these are little bit inwards, so you can give an offset to both of these faces in the y direction. Let's give it around 0.5 mm. Yeah, this much should be good. Or let's make it more. Let's make it 1 mm. Right? And now we will try to extrude this so that we can give a thickness to the lens also. Select on each face, click on extrude. Custom direction should be y positive. Right? Length we can give very slight length, 0.5 mm is totally enough. Create solid, click on OK. So you can see it's keeping up the space also, and it's basically extruded into solid. Now let's extrude remaining other face also. Extrude option again, custom direction positive 1 axis, make it the Z1 0, 0.5 mm, click on create solid, click OK. Done. Now just to give you a feel of it, what you can do is for these two lenses, in the view option you go here, tab, simply give transparency as 75%, and then let's give some color also. Go to shape appearance, give this color blue. You can give any color as per your preference. You can see your eyeglasses are now, and you can see a thickness here which was given 0.5 mm is now done. Now what we are left with the edges here that we want to have the handles. So what you do for that is, it's also again very simple. You go to top view, it's already planar, so simply click on this face, right, and then click on create sketch. So you can say select the method to tag this sketch to selected object. Simply say plane face, right, click OK. Now you can see that sketch wheel is drawn, basically if I show you top view, is along this surface, right guys? So go to the sketch face again. Let's choose this geometry from the external one, like this, two edges, and now simply draw the handle, choose polyline, right? Let's start it from here. Simply trace like this, and then you can go somewhere like this. Let's make it straight till here, right? Let's make this point coincident on this line, and then what we can do is redundant constraint. Okay, that's fine, and this is okay. And now let's try to give that bend which is around the ears. So you can make it sharp. Let's keep it sharp only, like this. Let's give some line here. Let's take it like this, and then let's end it here, right? Let's give some thickness here. This we can keep around thickness of 5 mm should be fine, and rest of it is okay. If in case you want to give length you can, but we will keep it this much only for now, right? And click close, right? And now you guys already know, we can simply extrude it uh, outside, but this was already like here at this surface. We can keep it inwards also just to save the space, or you can have it outside as per your convenience. So what I'll do is I'll try to keep it inwards only. That will make more sense. So what you do simply here is simply remove this constraint. We will bring it in this direction only. This is a line now, and we have this line already fine. Let's shift it here, give the constraint, and let's join this line also because we want to create a solid. That's all, right? This is should be like this. Okay. Exit the sketch, right? And now we will extrude this in the negative extraction, which is the left side. So click on the sketch, click on extrude. Custom direction is -1 x-axis, rest are 0. Direction we can give around 5 mm is fine. Make it solid. Click on OK. Right, it's going beyond, so this should be less. Click on this extrude option, click on data. So length forward should be 3 mm. Make it 4. So this is totally perfectly fit, right? And now what other option that we will do is we will copy this frame to the left hand side also. This handle. Click on this object, go to top view, right? Here you have go to part workbench, and here you have option of create a simple copy. Simply click on it. This copy is now created. You simply need to move it now, right? So what you can do for that is click on this option here, and then basically you have an option to either move it via the basically coordinates here, or you can simply double click here. You can move it basically like this also, right? So just it's totally fit now. There are slight differences here. There's one more approach which I'll just show you quickly. So what you can do for that is simply go to Trout Workbench, and click on this object, and there is a move option here, right? Click on this, and then let's choose this coordinate which is showing here, and then let's just place it here. Done. You can see the handle is totally perfectly placed. Now let's just try to give some material to these handles, right? And what we'll do for that is um, these frame eyeglasses are fine. This is a frame, this is a frame. There's a duplicate copy here which I can see. You can delete this one. Fine. So for these two frames, what we can do is these handles, we go to view, right? Or there's one more approach. Simply right click on it, go to appearance, and from here we can choose something like stone, wood, shiny plastic, plaster. Shiny plastic is fine because this is acid state, and you can give the shaded view to this, right? Click on close. Similarly, we choose something for this second handle also. Go to appearance, click again on this, let's keep shaded, and choose shiny plastic. and let's make it for the front profile thing also, which is this extrude, this one. Go to appearance, click anywhere on this object, shaded appearance, and let's choose shiny plastic. Click close. So you can see this is a shiny acetate material, and you can choose a view from here as perspective. So you can see you have now beautifully drawn uh, your eyeglasses frame, right guys? So this was it basically for this tutorial, how you can like create this three-dimensional curvature profile for your eyeglasses. If in case you have proper dimensions, you can definitely use them, right guys? So this was it. I hope you guys liked the tutorial. Feel free to let me know with your comments and for your further suggestions on in case you need some other tutorial also, right? And like the video and subscribe the channel. See you in next one. Till then, take care. Goodbye. Thank you so much.